Full screen, yada yada. It's me. Hi, I'm the writer. It's me. I came up with that this morning, and I've been waiting all day to do it. And now that I've done it, I don't know that it was worth waiting all day for, but I guess you don't have to wait all day. So maybe it's cooler to you than it just was to me. I will say, yesterday I said that every day is the hardest day. No, fourth day, which is today, is not the hardest day. Fourth day is the easiest day, and I say that because I just ate a bunch of peanut butter pretzels, so I'm ready for basically anything. Um, I figured what I'd want to do today is a little bit pick up where we left off. Our word goal. You see, we have 2375 words right now. We want to get up to 2875, 500 words a day. Um, and we can do a little pushing ahead of the story, but I also want to get some connective tissue in place. Um, Sort of like I was talking about yesterday, I want to take some of these breaks here that are shown by my little bracket boxes that I like to make. And I want to f start to fill those in with some quality content in the other voice. Uh, so let's see. Let's start with this first one, and I'll read myself in just to see where we're landing at. Imagine this is the start of a chapter because I have my little box. So hey, I say, Anya says nothing back, and she says nothing back in a different way than she's been saying nothing back. She says nothing back like a toenail now. That's how. You know how in movies and books sometimes when someone is driving and they realize that they're being followed, they try really hard to pretend like everything is normal so they don't freak out their passengers or whatever. Okay. Now, what I want to do quickly is before I even write anything here, because we're going to have a gap, we're going to have something in this space, reestablishing Anya, like instead of using the pronoun she, we have to reestablish her name for the next section. So I'm just going to in advance change that to Anya. So let's see what fits well in here, right? So I'm doing right now is I'm kind of noodling, um, because I actually don't know for a fact that there's a movie like that, but I want to get some tone going. And again, like, so we're still in the early stages of this. Is technically we're a chapter in, we're 4 pages in on a doc, to be clear, not in a book. But I think I want to really give some space to fill in to both use these connective tissue bits to move the story along, but also to fill in some gaps because we don't know a lot really about like where we are or what's happening. We can do a lot more um kind of detail work right now, right? Some former bodyguard or secret agent who has to work or go undercover as a babysitter for this big crazy family of too many crazy kids, and he's driving the minivan, and he notices they're being followed. Sometimes it's like at the park or something, and he makes a game out of escaping, you know? So that's covering the connective tissue. I want One of the things you want to do in writing when you can is find a way to kind of marry these sorts of things with the characters themselves. So yeah, I'm doing a little bit of like actually no. That's the wrong place to pick. Um so let's yeah. What I'm doing here, I swear I saw with my dad before he dot 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 what's that movie called? So what does this do? This creates like this ellipsis is a powerful negative space. Is his dad dead? Did he leave the family? Whatever. I don't know. We're gonna get there. But I much like before you tell me what the backstory is, some of the time you have to promise the reader that there will be one in a way instead of just like rolling completely on voice. But we can keep kind of pushing with this. Like and in fact, all right, so we're creating kind of this memory out of it. And it's sort of it does a few things because tonally he's having this memory in the middle of kind of like a weird, crazy moment. So we're still like giving this guy kind of a fun, almost like I'm not gonna say roguish character, but there's the hint of the rogue about him, certainly. Minivan when it was escape, big secret agent guy was driving it around this rotary, just around and around and around and around and around and ding me with my trying to like give myself like arms are flailing everywhere. Yeah, it was so ridiculous. And I went and knocked popcorn tub floor. And then my dad, damn movie. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm choosing like this black sitting behind us are being followed. That links to she starts to turn her head. I'm gonna go back to Anya again. There we go. We're getting a little more texture. Now we need to like find a way. What are we gonna do with this? So I want to cut in and out. So I swear I saw it with that before. What's that movie called? I want to be able to. Anya takes out her headphones. Sorry, what? Looks at me blankly. Eyes in the mirror, yada yada. So I'm kind of taking the central thrust of the previous chapter. I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you know this already, right? But we're gonna play with that a little more. As you've already seen, like I pulled that in a little later into this chapter. Um, the eyes in the mirror, yada yada. I want a good sensory detail. So I want something for her, right? Um, and so she takes out her headphones, and so she's holding her headphones in her hands. Um, oh, how about she takes out one of her headphones actually? Hit her. From what's like the tooth white. I like from the tooth white earbud. I don't want to do this. Like I want to, so like I want to do like a one, two, three, where apologies for that. A one, two, three, where so she's holding that earbud. He expects to hear kind of like candy pop, and that's a word that I use for like Ariana Grande kind of style, diva, ponytail, snap, snap, snap. That's how it is, girl. Um, and then like so that's the one. The two is he sort of has this thought of like, or actually, wouldn't it be funny if it was thrasher metal? Sure, metal. Kindergarten teacher who raised dirt bikes. It's not Quiet Candy Pop. Tinny, half tinny candy pop. That's how you want that. You want that little like half tinny. It's like rhythmic. I'm expecting to hear half tinny candy pop. Diva, high ponytail, snap, snap, snap. That's how it is, girl. Or actually, would it be funny if it was some sort of thrasher metal, like kindergarten teachers who race dirt bikes on the weekends? But instead, the muffle for quiet voice of calm conversation, explanation, lecture. She still is through, but and she's still staring at me. I think this. Okay, now here's another thing is like, so part of the fun, right? Like he does this whole setup where he like a minute ago he's like, how in movies and books sometimes they try. So he says it, he sets it up like he's said all this like a big almost monologue, and she didn't even hear it. Like, sorry, what? And this is his chance to like kind of back out of it. We could say, sorry, nothing. But does that come across clearly enough here? I think she stares at me blankly. Just to double up with the staring thing in the paragraph. Here we go. See, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So we actually I'm gonna do it like this. I like to kind of have this little double buffer. So we're talking about the name of the movie. Um, Seats. The edge of time. That's a I like that kind of reversal. Seats. $1. I want to establish that the car he's driving right now is a rental. They'll want to have another job than this. I think that can come in here. Actually, it would be because, well, he's not following me. So the whole like idea of yeah, we can cut that transition. But that car cost me bought a 5K more than my secondhand Buick and 50K more than my secondhand. Following you. get that kind of. Let me just like let me take stock quickly. Okay, so let's also see like this part right here. Like, and he shrugs his shoulders. Like the tone of this part is a little tricky. I think this tone needs a little more justifying. Also, I think, oh, you're listening to that at least. Right. I like that. Oh, so yeah, the thing, yeah, okay, I want to like make it like I was writing this sort of as something funny. I'd like, oh yeah, okay, we're gonna make a slight change. Yeah, what I want to do is I want him to have the sudden realization, like, oh my God, you're just messing with me. So I'm kind of like compile like I'm giving Anya some more room to like have personality. How am I gonna finish this little push? I need you to pull over so I can get out and go away from you and book a different driver who makes me feel slightly less like blanking blank. Like I want to give her. Okay. So let's see. I want to fill in one. I know I'm like over words, but I want to fill in one more of these. I don't want to do that. There's a few threads we can pick up. Um, so what we're gonna do, the sedan's driver's side door opens. I want to like specify that because again, we're creating room. And the spare tire on the tire, and I'm interested in the trunk of an old red Ford. So make room for the luggage. Not much luggage, but it's not much of a trunk either. There's kind of like there's like this little glimmer of a past of some sort that's like poking in, right? Like, and like, yeah. And so then like when we pick this up tomorrow, we'll come here and like this is the part where like we can come into this B plot and also like what are the consequences of Anya now taking it seriously? I want again to like and almost like I'm gonna leave a comment here for myself. Going slash what she to do all this bullshit is happening, right? And so that kind of gives me the pickup point, right? It's like I was gonna go and see my friend, we were gonna yada yada, and now like what's happening, you know? Um, Jeremy just wants to call cops, but she suddenly goes cold and says absolutely not, right? So that's also like a little thing we can dig into. But that's going to be tomorrow because we have gone over our word goal. I will see you then and we'll see what happens. I'm sort of discovering. All right, so see you next time.